This is about the factors affecting intimate partner violence against women in Sri Lanka. Intimate partner violence can be described as a behavior by an intimate partner or ex-partner that causes physical, sexual or psychological harm, including physical aggression, psychological abuse and controlling behaviors. Today, intimate partner violence against women has become a global health problem that causes serious consequences for women's physical and mental well-being as well as their reproductive health. World Health Organization reports that globally 1 in 3 women experience physical and or sexual violence by their intimate partner. During the last few decades, the violence against women has rapidly increased in Sri Lanka as same as in other countries. Sri Lanka Demographic and Health Survey 2016 revealed that in the country, 17% of married women aged 15 to 49 have suffered domestic violence by their intimate partner. Further, 2% of ever married women have experienced any form of intimate partner violence daily. So this indicates that intimate partner violence against women should be addressed as a serious health problem in the country. Although there are many studies related to intimate partner violence have been conducted, it has become challenging to reduce partner violence victimization. So it is important to identify what are the risk factors and what are the protective factors of intimate partner violence. Therefore, this study aims to identify the factors affecting intimate partner violence against women in Sri Lanka using the database of Sri Lanka Demographic and Health Survey 2016. So, the findings of this study will intend to create the awareness on intimate partner violence and also will help to develop the appropriate strategies to prevent this issue in the future. The first objective of this study was to develop the violence index, which measured the level of intimate partner violence experienced by a woman in Sri Lanka, and then identify the significant factors that affect intimate partner violence against women in the country. Further develop the feed-forward neural network to predict the violence index. Data for this study was derived from Sri Lanka Demographic and Health Survey 2016. Total of 2,494 married women aged 15 to 49 who found to be victims of intimate partner violence were selected. The violence index, which was estimated using the multiple correspondent analysis, was defined as the outcome variable. As the independent variables, 21 factors that may be associated with intimate partner violence were considered. The associations between the estimated violence index and each independent variable was measured using 2 non-parametric tests called Kruskal-Wallis H test and Mann-Whitney U test. The gamma regression analysis was carried out to identify the significant factors that affect intimate partner violence. As a machine learning technique, feed-forward neural network was trained to predict the violence index. The model performance was measured using 3 performance indicators called mean squared error, root mean squared error, and mean absolute error. In this study, violence index was developed for the 9 types of intimate partner violence that reported in the survey using multiple correspondent analysis. So this table includes the percentage of women who suffered from intimate partner violence according to those 9 types and its frequency. In the preliminary stage, multiple correspondent analysis was performed based on 9 variables and its 45 modalities. Then first axis alone explained 12.9% of the total inertia. Since one variable didn't satisfy the property of composite indicator, we restructured them so as to meet the property. After restructuring, the final multiple correspondent analysis was performed based on 9 variables and 42 modalities. Then the explanatory power of the first axis rose from 12.9% to 13.2%. Here all variables satisfied the property of first axis ordering consistency for indicator and also global first axis ordering consistency. Then the violence index was calculated as the average of standardized scores on the first factorial axis, which determined with the final multiple correspondence analysis. The values of the estimated violence index represents the level of intimate partner violence experienced by an ever married woman aged 15 to 49 in Sri Lanka. The highest value was 10.53, which represents the highest level of intimate partner violence experienced by a woman. The lowest value was 0.03, which represents the lowest level of intimate partner violence experienced by a woman. So this violence index was composed of 9 indicators, and also it shows a high right skewed distribution. In this study, 21 independent variables were selected based on the literature and also available information. So it consists of woman's characteristics, husband's characteristics, and also the characteristics of their relationship and household. Here considered all variables were categorical variables. After determining the association between the violence index and each variable, 10 variables which have more than 2 categories found as significant from Kruskal Wallis H test. From Mann-Whitney U test, 5 variables which have only 2 categories were identified as significant variables. So these all significant 15 variables were used for further analysis. Since our response variable, which is violence index, was highly right skewed, the gamma regression analysis was conducted as the most appropriate regression analysis. Then the model was fitted using randomly selected 80% of the data, and remaining 20% was used for model testing. The best variable to the final model was selected using stepwise forward selection method. This table includes the results of parameter estimations of gamma regression model. According to the parameter estimations, we can represent the fitted gamma regression model in the form of equations as this. In this analysis, only 8 variables, which are religion, education level, husband's occupations, age difference, married times, empowerment indicator, enough money for daily expenses, and alcohol consumptions, were identified as the significant factors that affect intimate partner violence. Here also includes other results of the parameter estimations of gamma regression model. The parameter having p-value less than 0.05 means that the coefficients of that parameter is significantly different from their reference group at 5% level of significance. According to the goodness of fit test, the deviant significance value was greater than 0.05, and it indicates that the fitted gamma regression model adequately fits the data. Further, test performance of the model shows all error measurements having considerably low values, and it implies that the fitted gamma regression model can be used for the predictions of the violence index. Through the number of experiments and parameter adjustments, the optimum feed-forward neural network was found to consist of one hidden layer with 3 neurons, and the output layer consists of one neuron, which provides the value of violence index. The transfer functions in the hidden layer was fixed as tan sigmoid, and the activation functions was fixed as pure linear. Levenberg-Marquardt algorithm was the best choice of training functions in the maximum epoch of 100. The optimum learning rate was fixed as 0.01. The best validation performance was obtained as 0.7563.
The values of three error measurements were considerably lower for testing set, and this illustrates that the optimal feed-forward neural network provides a better predictions on the violence index.
The comparative performance for the two models is presented in this table. According to this table, the values of all performance indicators are lower for the feed-forward neural network than the gamma regression model. So this concludes that the feed-forward neural network can be considered as a better model to predict the violence index in Sri Lanka. If we discuss about the key findings of this study, religion was identified as one of the factors that affect intimate partner violence. It found that the group of women who followed any other religion except Buddhism, Hindu, Islam and Catholic decreases the level of intimate partner violence compared to the group of Buddhism. Similar to previous studies, we identified women's education level has negative significant association with intimate partner violence. It found that reaching the higher education level lead to decrease the experience of intimate partner violence. As a husband's characteristic, husband occupation was identified as a significant variable of intimate partner violence. When husband been unemployed, it is significantly associated with increase of intimate partner violence compared to the group of women whose husbands work in government sector. Further, when age gap between husband and wife belongs to range from 5 years to 10 years, decreases the level of intimate partner violence experienced by wife compared to same age group. Further, we found that when women have been married more than one time, it increases the level of intimate partner violence compared to the group of women who have married once. Here we considered women's empowerment indicator, which implies women participation in making household decisions. We found that it has a negative significant association with intimate partner violence. When increasing the woman's participation in making household decisions, it leads to decrease the experience of intimate partner violence. As the factor regarding economic environment or economic background, we consider the money for daily household expenses. When the money for daily household expenses in house is not enough, it leads to a decrease in the intimate partner violence compared to the group who have enough money for daily expenses. Further, we considered the alcohol consumption by any member in the house instead of only husband. So the findings confirmed that the household alcohol consumption is positively associated with intimate partner violence. However, in this study, we have to consider the limited factors of intimate partner violence because we use the existing database. As the future studies, we suggest to develop the estimated violence index to classify the population based on the level of violence experienced by women, such as low level and high level, using specific technique. Finally, through this study, we recommend raising the public awareness on risk and protective factors of intimate partner violence by implementing national and health programs, and also the development of the current policies and regulations to prevent intimate partner violence against women in Sri Lanka. So then this will lead to create a safer environment in the house and also in the society for all women and girls.